its kind. No, it doesn't say it. It's a 1984 prototype, only a one of its kind. This car doesn't exist. It was destroyed in '84. Firebird, and I believe this is Burt Reynolds' Firebird. This was the Silverado concept truck. Notice the interior is got orange glass all around it. This was a concept vehicle from the factory, only made for shows. And now in private collection, here's a Power Force concept truck here. Ford Ranger Power Force concept, 1999. So this could have been, may have been at one point, the next Ford Ranger, but it wasn't. So this was a concept truck. I think it would have been great. 1998 Ford Power Force concept truck. And then this is the Ford Power Force concept pickup truck. And this never went into production either. Look at the stacks. Here's the windows that go down. Interior. So these were concept vehicles that are now in the private collection and never actually made it to become actual vehicles. So guys, hey guys, thanks for watching this video. These are some of the concept vehicles that are in NPR's private collection. Now, what is a concept vehicle? Concept vehicle is a vehicle that does not ever make it to market. It is something that is shown at car shows and premieres in Detroit and other places to garner excitement about vehicles coming out and trying on different types of body parts, engines, design, and then they are supposed to, if people like them, they're supposed to be able to go and start building them and selling them. So here are just some of the concept cars and trucks that we saw in NPD's private collection. If you like this kind of thing, please subscribe and let us know. Put some comments down there, and the best way to let us know that you want more of this stuff is to subscribe to us, and that also lets YouTube know that you like our channel. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. When they brought them back in 2005, not a lot of them. Very cool cars, just the same. This was the biggest thing, and I had seen some videos and talks about it, when these doors open up, because this section opens with the door. And that was the hardest part to get through design, as far as to be approved to be used on US roads. Now the other thing is that, from watching an interview with one of the designers, is this is your fuel cap here. They wanted to put, the guy who designed this, the young guy that designed it, he wanted to put something over here. They had thought of the dipstick and some other things for symmetry reasons, but they never ended up doing it. But the Ford GT, that's a nice, look how low it is compared to a Mustang. So there's a Mustang. The roof of this is the height of that door. And the one thing is that they had to worry about was there is a minimum height that you can have, a minimum height for cars. And that was one of the things that for this particular design they had to keep in mind. And there's a Shelby, a ZL1, a nice Bentley, and then we're going to take a quick walk back there. So the collection is not just a collection where they just go and buy these cars. They do have a whole workshop back here where you could see they look at the parts. This is where they make catalogs. So they have to take the cars back here and look at the parts so that you guys know where to put the parts in, make sure parts fit correctly, do all the stuff with their catalogs. So they actually have a full area down here, which is cars that they're working on. And they also, like I said, these cars get put out to other places. This is a Turnpike Cruiser from Mercury, the Mercury Turnpike Cruiser. And they have to work on these cars because they take these cars everywhere. There's a W30 Oldsmobile, Hurst Olds. You know, they also buy them from places, so that's a Hurst Olds right there. A couple baby birds. There's a really nice truck, a C4 Corvette, Buick GNX, not just a Grand National, but a GNX. Another Trans Am. A lot of these old pickup trucks, an old Dodge. When I say old, I say that with affection. So you have, let's say, classic, not old, classic Dodge 100, a classic Ford 100. There is a 72, I believe it's a 72 Cheyenne. Another Ford. They've got a what's that, Trans Am, I guess, or a Formula. I'm thinking it's a Trans Am. Fiero 89 type Thunderbird. This is a Trans Am. This is the 50th anniversary Trans Am right there. Here's another 50th anniversary Trans Am. Another Thunderbird. Here's an El Camino. Was a 71 El Camino right here. So this is 72 El Camino. All original, 100%. Only 6,800 miles on it. Another El Camino right here, which is what, a 79? 87. 87 original, unrestored. Right here. And, you know, these trucks here, what is this? This looks like an EFI. This looks like a 93 F-150. And then, of course, here's a nice race car. The NPD race car. So, this is 1981 Herb Adams Chevy. Built from a 77 Pontiac Camaro, or 77 Camaro shell, Herb Adams of Pontiac Engineering and VSE Frame made a competition prep Camaro to compete in the 24 Hours of Daytona. And it was featured on the cover of Hot Rod, devoted to handling, and the Chevy is by Hot Rod as being the first glimpse of the pro touring movement. It was wrecked at Daytona with a blown tire. It was rediscovered by Adams 20 years later, restored, and graced the cover of Hot Rod again. Many of the Herb Adams developed chassis and body components on the VSE firearm are available at over-the-counter here at NPD. So, and Mr. Adams is selling this historic vehicle. So this is something that you can even buy. There's the Hot Rod magazine that it was featured on. And there is the car itself. It's been rebuilt. Now this is not a street car in the least. This is a pure race car. And then we have another Mercury, another C4 Corvette, another classic pickup truck, a classic 56 sedan delivery right there. A couple pickup trucks. There is a Lincoln and an SS Impala. Couple pickup trucks here. The Torino KA from Ford. Never saw one of those. And I don't even know what this is. A Mercury something. What is this? A Mercury, My Mercury. MY Mercury. So this must be... Look at, it's all orange on the inside. Orange glass all around. I don't know what this is. This is some kind of a Mercury... I guess demonstration model, prototype. If you look at it, the whole interior is orange. The glass is orange. Seats are orange. So I think that's some kind of Mercury electrical car. This car don't exist. It was destroyed in 1984. The 1984 prototype of rear wheel drive. So this car is a prototype car as well that does not exist. A rear wheel drive of its kind. No, it doesn't say. It's a 1984 prototype, only a one of its kind. This car doesn't exist. It was destroyed in 84. So this car never even has a name or made it to production. Whatever it is, it never got a name. It was a Tempo GLX 1984 mock-up of the Tempo GLX. So there's another prototype. So that's a prototype, that's a prototype. I'm guessing this is a Ford Touring prototype. Whatever. So 3 prototypes that never ever existed. And there is a Thunderbird. Looks a little different than the other Thunderbirds. Cadillac XLR. A really nice square body Sierra Classic pickup truck GMC. There's a ZR1 Corvette C3. And we go down here. Now, here is Firebird. And I believe this is Burt Reynolds' Firebird. This is 1978 Pontiac Trans Am Y84 Special Edition, documented to be the first Y84 Special Edition to be assembled and given to Burt Reynolds as a gift from Pontiac, and appreciate for the sales success resulting from the first Smokey and the Bandit car. This was personally owned by Burt Reynolds from 1978 to 1984. And if you remember Burt's orange juice commercials, you saw the black back end of this car. It was obtained by National Parts Depot in '92. It was reunited with Burt in March of 2014 at the grand opening of Bubba's East Coast Customs in Jupiter. So there is Burt Reynolds with this car. This was Burt Reynolds' personal car. This was his personal Trans Am. Now this is a 78, so this isn't a 77. The original car from the movie was and exists down in South Florida, and I am personally waiting to get permission to go film it. I know where it is, and I know who owns it. I'm just trying to get some permission to go and take some video of it. But this was Burt Reynolds' personal Trans Am given to him as a gift from Pontiac. So there you go. Another C4. Here is another, I believe it's a Fairlane. Let's see, this is a purple Victoria. Yep, purple white Victoria there. A Thunderbird. Another Lincoln. Another Lincoln. We have an original DeLorean in the collection. Stainless steel. These are not painted cars. These are stainless steel. Most people don't realize that DeLoreans could barely reach a speed of 88 miles an hour in the as they show in the movie. They were very underpowered and could not go that fast. However, you know, they had a look about them, and for the year they were there, they were pretty cool. Here's a really cool Studebaker. And we've got a Camaro here, which is a 67. Nope. Yeah, 60. Wait, 67, 68. Hold on. It is a 67 Camaro. I should know by the windows here. 67 Camaro. And down here, for you AMC aficionados, is that a word? Aficionado? 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 I'm not sure. Anyway, you have the Barcelona edition of the Matador, AMC Matador. So AMC had used a lot of parts from a lot of the different manufacturers, as well as some of their own. And the Barcelona edition, I would assume, is because of the paint and the special seating and the half roof of the vinyl top. But this is the Matador, and they were kind of popular for a while. I do remember them being popular. Here is another of the marks, and here is a Fox body with the 5-liter HO, the black Fox body Mustang 5-liter HO. This was the quintessential Mustang. If you were in high school, this is what everybody really wanted in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Because in 84, when I was in, everybody, this is like a 1985. I don't really know. I think it's an 85. I would bet it's an 85 or an 86, but everybody wanted one of these. These things were fast. They could just beat the crap out of a Corvette. They could beat the crap out of a Z28. They could not beat the crap out of a Buick Grand National, but there wasn't enough Buick Grand Nationals around for you to worry about. So if you had a 5.0, you pretty much were king of the road back then. Big old Eldorado. One of the really cool, I for some reason always think of a fish when I see these types of Thunderbirds. Suicide door Lincoln. And you know, they also look at things like, you know, minivans. So I hope you like this kind of thing. And if you do, please subscribe. Please tell YouTube you like it by subscribing. Put in comments things you like. I literally wish I could open the engines and hoods. And I know you guys really want to see some of the engines, and so do I. But there's nobody else out here. They let me wander around, but I really wasn't. I'm not going to be opening hoods and stuff to cars that, God forbid, something goes wrong. So, excuse me. God forbid something goes wrong. I don't want to be responsible for that. I really don't. And so, I just wanted to kind of, you know, give you guys a showing of what is here. I mean, we've gone through this. So I think we've seen now, what, 200 cars in 4 videos. So, and this one is a 327. So there you go. There's a 327 on a Camaro. And this was, somebody was racing this. I don't know what this is. So it doesn't say what it was. Let's see. It's a 390. 390 Ford Motor Company, Dearborn. Let's see, it doesn't say what. This was on the road in '89. Yep. So that looks cool. It's got yellow lights. So this is a race car, actually. This looks like it was racing somewhere. It's got the, it's an automatic. Let's see. It's a 67 Tour de France. Okay, so this is a 1967 Tour de France race car. So 1967 Tour de France race car. Pretty cool. What do you think of that? I think that's cool. 1967 Tour de France race car. Now, it also has a Pennsylvania sticker on it, inspection sticker, and a Texas sticker, and Mustang Club of America. Let's see the back. It's a Mustang GT for Tour de France, and next to it is a Saleen Ford. I don't know what this is. It's a Saleen Ford Ranger. Is this a Saleen Ford Ranger pickup truck? I never saw a Saleen Ford Ranger pickup truck, and I may be looking at the only one that's alive that's ever been built. I don't know. Anybody ever seen one of these? I certainly haven't. Anyway, yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes I see something and I'm like, oh, I better go talk about that. So, Milan. So, 2006 Mercury Milan Voga. And this was a one-of-a-kind styling concept car designed by Camillo Pardo, who also designed the Ford GT. This was a concept vehicle, and it was auctioned off. NPD won it, and it has custom stainless blue metallic paint, custom vanilla bean leather, 3D carbon fiber exterior ground effects, competition 943 forged 20-inch wheels with Pirelli tires, struts, and of course, the one thing about this car is it's a concept car, so it's a one-off. And why doesn't Ford or Mercury build this car? Or why didn't they build this car? We will never know. But it's definitely a beautiful car. Interior is all white leather and black, so it's it is a really stunning car. But there's a couple concept cars here, and that is the question on these concept cars. There was only a couple hundred of them made. I think there was 500 of them made. This is number 499. So is it a Chrysler? No. This is a 1990 Chrysler Maserati with the 16-valve Maserati 4-cylinder engine, 5-speed transaxle, and they came with black on black finishes. So this is a Maserati, except that it is also a Chrysler Maserati. They only made 500 of them, but this is number 499. Pretty cool. Another cool car in the collection. And this is a Turbo Trans Am. This is an Indy Pace Car Turbo Trans Am. '50th anniversary, and there's another one right next to it. And the Turbo Trans Ams came with big turbos in them. So oil and fuel recommendations for the turbo. Here's information about the turbo right there. So here is the turbo that's in this thing. So they are V6 cars, so it's a V6 car. V6 Trans Am, who'd have thought? But with the turbo, they were pretty quick. So anyway, that was one of the cooler things that's in the collection. That's what we saw today. Check out all 4 videos, and yeah, just check out all 4 videos because they were all cool. If you like cars, you're gonna like all these videos. Anyway, thanks guys, and one thing I have to do is let April do her thing. So April, go do your thing. April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.